Hate to be the little devil whispering in everybody's ear, but anybody notice that something as simple as an air mask N95, 95% bio filtering mask, why are we having such a shortage? The company called 3M won't release or overarchingly license or break licensing agreements with companies that they released or licensed their patent for the N95 mask. During a pandemic, the U.S. government has the legal right to say your patent is nullified within our borders, we need to use it. And everybody can just use the materials available and make as many as they want to. The reason we have a shortage is because 3M holds the licensing and patent rules on it, and they have contracts. That's it. So what we need to do is everybody needs to reverse engineer what the patent's about. It isn't about the material, it's about the shape. Right? Vacuum cleaner bags sometimes have a better filtering capability, but oddly enough, anything that will filter down to 0.3 microns will do just fine. I'm going to explain that really quickly if anybody cares. Viruses are smaller than some diameter. So how the hell do you get away with filtering something that's smaller than a hole this big? Well, it's not that the hole is this big. That's the maximum sized object can get through it. Everything bigger than that gets stopped. But at that size, something can go through because it can line up with another opening, just like it. However, in the interim between these two spaces, a smaller particle will start to wander. So smaller particles, like viruses, do actually get stuck and get trapped in the particles, in things. Particles under 0.3 microns are small enough to fit through HEPA filters if they flew in a straight line. But if they're really small, they have so little mass that they actually get bounced around like a pinball anytime they hit anything, as long as the holes aren't in a straight line. They're not holes. They're layers of material that happen to have those kind of gaps or spacings on average. When they hit gas molecules that are also going through, the stuff you want to breathe, which are much tinier, this is called Brownian motion, and it moves in a random zigzag pattern, and end up hitting the fibers many, many times or more, and this increases the likelihood of them hitting them and getting stuck. This causes the filtering effect. It doesn't have to be any particular material in some cases. Even cotton will work. There's a bunch of random materials that work. But I'm going to say it again because it needs to be very much emphasis added. 3M will not release the N95 mask patent or license it openly or cheaply. So it creates an artificial boom economy for people making them. Ironically, people complain about it being, well, we sold everything to China. You live in a society that allows people to recopyright things indefinitely because of Disney wanting to recopyright literally Mickey Mouse. You are living in a world where you can be copyright flagged for literally recording the sound of rainfall. You have all allowed yourself to be in a world where an expedient, simple, and direct solution is not acceptable. And you won't listen to the fact that your president and his vice president, with a smirk on his face, talked about, well, it's a capitalist society, you go out and buy more. We're in the middle of a total warfare scenario against a disease that is trying to kill people. And we need to get it under control because it's destroying our economy. You could think of this as a little tiny virus waging war on our economic future or precious bodily fluids or any other meme you want to. But the main thing is some company called 3M owns the patent. Or they don't. Maybe it's some other company. So this is what we're going to do. Reverse engineer 3M's non-released N95 patent in their face, en masse. Do you need these masks? Then make it to where their patent's in no way, shape, or form useful. But it has to have, government-sanctioned rules and FDA. No, the FDA doesn't give a crap at this point. The majority of these masks are going to go to the large portion of you and me, not to the medical people. The medical people need the real N95 masks. The rest of you out there don't. And that's also the problem. A bunch of people just went out and bought these. Many companies are admitting that they kept a backup storehouse of them for random purposes because they needed them for some other purpose. A lot of the places that use them aren't using them for biological stuff, but for clean room environments, for making microchips and that sort of thing too. That isn't necessarily required, but it is literally an air filter that you wear. It's the same kind of thing. And that's the other thing. There is a rule that says you can't copy and mass produce and sell in such a way that it would have a negative effect on the merchantability of somebody's patent. There is no rule that says you can't do it for yourself. Individuals can make these. You can just copy the design. And if you happen to make 100 of them and just donate them to your local hospital and say, it is not medically approved, but this is so you don't get sick. Just saying. And yeah, I'm one of those people that helped everybody who came through Portland, Oregon, make sure that their Windows operating system could never deregister because it was never registered. It never knew that. Learn to hack. These filters have become important along with the gowns and everything else. And yes, all of them have a copyright or patent infringement rule on them, and they're encumbered by patents and rules. And nobody just says, we're suspending the patents for a little while. We need this done. They don't care in China. Some of them actually make agreements, but they don't really have to care about these things. They can make all of them they want to. That's why a lot of stuff comes cheaper from China. Yes, it's all commie and socialist. The title of this video is N35 mask patent amid pandemic will not be released by 3M. Or will it? Well, maybe they'll be generous. Or we could invalidate every patent for every damn thing. A bunch of companies that have patents on respirators gave them away because it's become a fucking issue. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that.